Hey, Group North Star. So you get your own video, okay? Your ancestors showing out. The video accidentally got shut off. And then I got this urge and prompted by baby magic as well for us to go for a walk and just enjoy. And it's so interesting because your ancestors had already kind of told me who they were and given the earth deck here. So I think you guys need to be outdoors. Look for signs and synchronicities outside when you go. Pay attention to how the wind blows and what the clouds are doing, what the birds are doing. We have wings right here too. And we saw a woodpecker when we were going, which is opportunities knocking for you, new doorways, new open, roadways that want to be there for you to peruse. So there's that. So when we go ahead and see here, the information about who this ancestor is that's coming forward, let them talk about themselves a bit, and then we'll see their information, their insights, their communication, their chat that they want to give you, okay? So for those of you who chose the North Star, we have an ancestor coming through with temperance energy. We definitely felt them wings. They're definitely guiding you and protecting you, coming from their realm to here, tapping in, seeing what's going on with you, seeing how they can help you transmute and translate things from what it is to what you want it to be kind of vibe. This could be an ancestor that spoke a different language than you. They could be, they have the energy that they were mixed blood in some way. So they could have been multicultural in that regard of two different ethnicities, and they could have known multi-languages. Here we have them, really, they seem like they're doing really good on the other side. There's somebody who helps, they've done this often. So this could be an ancestor that's been passed for a bit, so that they've helped multiple people, even helped some family members to cross over. And there's the energy that they will be there when you pass over for them to greet you, help you journey, things of that nature, okay? And they also could have been somebody who helped others kind of in crossing somehow here in the physical realm. So they could have been someone who was like a driver, somebody who, let's say like how a bus driver, they help all the young kids, or it could have, for some of you, they could have been someone who helped people get from one country to another country by whatever means, okay? Depending. But there's something here about travel, crossing seas, crossing borders, but also being someone who's a helper, somebody who, I feel like they're very open-minded when it comes to like political stuff or uh, cultural relations, things of that nature, okay? When I honor my feelings, I find my power in powerless situations. Yeah, so I can know what it was like to be powerless. For some of you, maybe they were made to cross over, leave their land, leave their country, things of that nature. But this is saying no matter what I went through, I was always a kind person. I always knew I was powerful. I never submitted internally to whatever or whoever tried to come against me externally. I always knew that I was a powerful person, and I always listened to my feelings. I always went with my intuition. I always transmuted situations to the better as much as possible, and I always looked to be a helper and a guide to others. All right, so we have some calendar dates here. The 16th and the 15th could be significant to you guys. We also have the 4th and the 2nd. So it could be like 4th month, 16th day, 2nd month, 15th day, that kind of thing. So the day Capri goes forth and he hears the words of his followers, every town is joyous, and the day of fighting, do not assess yourself today. So there are somebody who they knew how to read their moods and their feelings. They knew when they were not able to keep their cool and how to chill themselves out when they wanted to fight. They definitely have a bit of like a anarchist or a rebel energy to them for sure, with this Aquarius Sagittarius energy going on. They feel like there's probably things that they had to stand up to in their lifetime, so they had to know when to like they thought about being a good leader, whether or not anyone else thought of them as a leader. Initially, they thought of themselves as, I need to be a good leader. I need to lead by example. I need to be in my personal power. So they would check their mood each day to see, am I in a mood where I just want to fight? I'm mad. I'm fed up, and I need to cool myself down, or maybe take time alone and kind of sit with my inner journey. Or am I in a day where I can go forward and connect with those who depend on me and bring a good positive energy to everyone? So that's, those are things that were really important to them. Also, looking at their lifetime, you might know that they had a day of like a really intense victory that you would remember them for, and then maybe they had a day of intense defeat or something that is also remembered, okay? So let's go ahead and get into some of their messages here. see 555. Let's see, open doorways, blossoming. We have a portal opening that you're not aware of, and the spirit world opened. And do you know, we just walked under so many cherry trees. They're not blossoming yet, but we just walked under so many cherry trees on our walk. And I literally, with Baby Magic, just went and found 2 cherry trees right here where we live. And I didn't even know that they were here on the land. So I was like, oh my goodness, there's 2 cherry trees right here, because we had just admired someone else's and then came back and went down the drive a different way. And there's 2 cherry trees right there. So no coincidence again that this video was paused and we went for a journey and then came back, and like this is the whole energy of this ancestor of yours. They were a traveler, a journeyer. They like to connect with nature, things like that. Okay, so definitely they said that the woodpecker, the doors are opening for you guys, and we have new blessings trying to flourish and blossom for you. We have ritual booed up. Okay, so they're saying don't worry if you don't have a lot of people in your day to day. Sometimes we go through seasons of being surrounded by everybody, and sometimes we go through seasons where we are leaving toxic situations and we don't have everyone in our face. And that's exactly what they were saying about themselves. There was times where they knew they were going to scrap and fight. They needed to kind of deal with themselves and distance from others who were maybe causing problems. And there was times where they were surrounded by followers. They even called it followers back in their day. Like all right, and they were, you know, joyous and really happy to be surrounded by people. So you guys also have that energy. Sagittarius and Aquarius, the signs they gave us here, are 2 signs that are the same way. They can have tons of people around them and enchant the masses, but they can also want to run away and be by themselves. So yeah, they don't want you to worry about it. If you're like, you know, it's hard for you to kind of deal with being on the outs with family, with friends, with business partners, this is something that they don't want you to sweat too much. There's also little birds here. There's hummingbirds on this card. There's 3 hummingbirds all connecting and forming their own little relationship, whatever. So listen to bird messages, as we said, but also know that you might have unique styles of how you want to live as a family, how you want to connect with friendships, and you don't have to feel like that's less. For example, if all your friends happen to be around the world and they happen to be travelers, that doesn't mean you're not loved just because you don't go to the bar every Tuesday with them. Like maybe some people that have their friends just happen to have their friends in the local vicinity, okay? Remember that you are loved, and remember that you can connect to people in unique ways. You can have a unique family. Maybe your family, one parent's in this area, one parent's in that area, or whatever the dynamics are. So try not to like treat yourself roughly for having probably a unique lineage too for this group, and having a strange way maybe to others, or maybe to, you know, television sitcom families or whatever, having a different way that you do your family. They don't want you to worry about that. Rewild. If anything, they're saying lean into it more. They're saying be stubborn about being wild. Be stubborn about getting back. This be shocking to people. Okay, let them be shocked. Let them gasp. Where's the pearls? Throw them to them and let them clutch them. Okay, enough with them already. Okay, enough with the audience. They told you they could be ornery when they get fed up with people. They're just like, enough with them. I need to go and connect with my truth. We have the infinity symbol here, luminoscate in wild colors, all the colors of the rainbow. Let's see if I can get it. You can see it there. And so this is about, we have tattoos here. This ancestor loves you. They do not mind if you have tattoos, and it looks like a bird tattoo on there as well. So birds, again, could definitely be a way they connect with you. They do not mind at all if you are showing who you are, you're dressing uniquely, you're getting tattoos, you're dyeing your hair, you're covered in mud. They're like, none of these things diminish your worth. So whichever zodiac sign or whoever told you all these things, like, you're not worth less because your house is a mess, or again because your loved one's a long distance relationship, or any of this. You are their beautiful, beautiful descendant who they love so much, and they don't want you to get stagnant. They would rather you rough it up, have you know, messy hair, whatever it is, make some strange decisions in your life, but be stubbornly convinced that you have the right to create yourself, and you have the right to try new things, and you have the right to live your life uniquely for yourself so you feel happy. See, They said there's hidden abundance, there's hidden gems down that path. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of blessings down that path because it's the path many don't tread down. We have all these beautiful different crystals here. We have all different birthdays showing. We have aquamarine, which is Pisces. We have rubies, which is Leos. It can be Cancers depending on if they do their birthday by birth month. I'm doing it more by zodiac sign here. We have gold. Okay, we have diamonds. That's Aries. Sapphires. That is September birthdays, Virgos, and could be Libras. We have May birthdays here with emeralds. We have topaz here for Scorpio. So whoever you are here, and especially these signs here named, we have hematite, Geminis. You're like, hey, what about me? Do not Virgos again. You guys are meant to thrive, okay? We have this golden path down here, ready to take off. Remember that knock, knock, knock of the woodpecker I heard, and then the cherry trees that I just saw, and then we have the open door here and all the birds. You have the hidden path that they have been saving for you. And they say it doesn't cost a thing. All you have to do is be brave. All it costs is your fear. Whoa. All it costs is your fear. All it costs is your procrastination. All it costs is your lack of self-esteem. So meaning go into your self-esteem and here's your flourishing, here's your abundance. Some of you have something from this ancestor, okay? Or you've picked up a skill set from them. Maybe everyone in your family didn't have this skill set, and maybe you're not knowing right now or it's forgotten, but if you ask, they'll say, oh yeah, so-and-so, they used to be really good at working wood, or they did crocheting, or they used to work on vehicles too, something like that. Okay, so they're saying for your future, you cannot be undecided as far as what you want to experience and who you want to live in, the energy you want to feel. That needs to be 100%. The changeable details will come up to you for you to decide in human manner, but your decision to live as a free person, to live with abundance, to live in joy, to live to the fullness of your abilities, to embrace your relationships to your unique aspect, is something they want you to think of securely and unchangeably, okay? All right, got some more cards from over here. We have Queen of Pentacles reversed, Judgment, and Ancestors here. So this doesn't mean that your ancestors want you to not consider your finances or just, be in lack or something of that nature. They care very much, and they want you to show them love as well. I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. And again, some of them are saying they could have multiple cultures that make them up as well. Okay, but they want you to not be so kind that you can't ask for what you want, that you can't enact your own personal judgment for your decisions this lifetime, okay? And they're talking about physical decisions, not just spiritual energies, spiritual gifts, but they're talking about your finances. They're talking about, this isn't a Kiki. You thought this was a Kiki? You're going to say hi? I'm doing a recorded video right now. Oh, we'll do Kiki later. Look, she's the voice of the people because you guys want to do it. All right, here we go. So they want you to break free of whatever's keeping you from enacting your personal judgment. You have the right to make judgment calls in your life. You have the right to get yourself together for security. You also have the right to move forward for your future and future generations in a way that is going to be healthy for you mentally, physically, spiritually. Try different ventures and experiences, even as a way to grow and learn. They said be wild, jump into things. Don't hold yourself back and feel like you need to punish yourself. Some of you are Black natives. Hey, shut up, man. Okay, yeah, you too. We do have a bird card coming up in your reading. It's the cassowary. All right, use your power. We're talking about power, using your power. Use it wisely. You are strong enough to be vulnerable as well. Confront your obstacles head on and retreat to your sacred space. We have mistletoe as well here. All right. So tap into your music. Okay, definitely some of you are musicians. We have a trumpet here. We have drums. We have bells. We have rattles. Do your sacred songs over here. Music can be a big changer. Some of you might have picked more than one pile and have ancestors kind of piggybacking in both piles. Because another pile had Louis Armstrong that has the trumpet and something about dance and things. So definitely movement. And here's why. We have the Ten of Wands reversed. They want you up out of oppression. They want you up out of feeling like you're stuck, that you can't move. This is the Queen of Pentacles. I love this. This is Queen of Pentacles Capricorn card saying, you know what, I'm not going to just, work away for someone else to the bone and not enjoy my life and not be free, not be able to spend time with my animal, my kids, my family, not be able to plan, not be able to stop and smell these roses right here. I deserve to be my own boss, or I deserve to work for someone who deserves me to work with them, someone who's part of my plan and my map here with the Knight of Pentacles. Strong earth energy here as well. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgos, especially listen up, because you might need that encouragement. It can be hard for you guys to let yourself be free. We have a Pluto card here though, which is saying psychologically and spiritually you're having this kind of earthquake moment internally where you want these external factors to change. You want to be this free person. Justice reversed. Even if it's not looked upon nicely by others, the spirit world is saying your justice comes through shaking things up. Sometimes your good karma comes by us agreeing and allowing you to have shakeups in your life to try to get you to the next step, get you where you need to be so you're not trapped, okay? Standing against contenders and false friends is coming up here with the Knight of Wands. So for some of you, there could be, we have a crossroads here. Oh my goodness, we talked about open doors, crossroads, that woodpecker, it's just here. Some of you might have somebody who has been a fire sign, or maybe because you're different than the area and the people that you're in with the Knight of Wands, this Jupiter Sagittarius energy, you can have difficulty kind of fitting in. You could have difficulty from others where it says, am I the only one? Maybe you're the only one representing your culture in a certain area, or you're at a crossroads of identifiers like being mixed race, or like being in a different country or something like that, that makes it really difficult for you. So it could be hard for you to feel like, do I have the right to stand up? Do I have the right to stand up? Again, crossroads. I even did all of the dots like X's on this card when I wrote it. So it's like, this is saying they don't want you to allow past things that were said, past opportunities that were crossed out by others to kind of X you out from. Just getting X everywhere. There's X. I was gonna say where X marks the spot. Some of you might have X in your name, or they want you to let go of your X. They just gave me the letter X 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, 7 times. Oh my goodness. Yo. So 8, 9 times. 9 times you have the letter X here. Maybe their name started with X, okay? Or yours. Divination. I was kind of asking them, do you want me to continue to pull some more cards? They gave me the divination card. They said, look, we're comfortable. Pull the calories. Let's do this. We're talking now. I love it. All right, the numbers 19 or 20. Also 10 and 11 could be significant for you guys in this group. We have a key. Stop. Stop. What? No, keep going. Open doors, open roadways, getting unblocked, and we have a key right there. Wow. And look who it was on. It was on the person that showed up when they said, well, you have to stand against people who might want to block your roadways, right? And so you're feeling like somebody else has the keys though. You're like, I would move forward, but these other people have the keys and they don't accept me as who I am, or they don't let me move forward. And you know what they're saying? Tale as old as time. They say, you're right. It's the same as in the past, but it's not the past. So you have the ability to change some things. The spiritual realm is also not okay. And they feel spicy. They don't feel sweet about this situation. They don't like when people, because of who they are on the spectrum, are being treated less than, or they had the oppression card. 10 of Wands, a key word of that is oppression, and it's reversed. It's Saturn in Sagittarius, and then you had a problem with the Sagittarius energy, inclusion, being accepted. And this ancestor said they've experienced that. They said, having to kind of get out of captivity or get out of like this power struggle energy and be a free person in whatever capacity, where they were not allowed to just thrive as who they were, just easy. I live on the planet, just let me thrive and exist. Like, what's so difficult about that, right? So they totally understand. They understand when you're like, ancestors, I just got to stay in the house. I just want to be on the couch, or I just want to run away from everyone. They totally get those dynamics. I just want to get lost in the cards. They understand also if you relate to being on a different mental spectrum than others are on as well. And you're feeling like people don't get it. People don't understand what I'm picking up. They have a genius energy to them. Okay, you guys could have universal signs, especially your Mercury could be in a universal sign. Like I count Scorpio in there because Scorpio jumps it off, but Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Okay, yeah. They say your family really needs guidance. They've really been shook up and maybe even torn apart by certain storms that have hit for sure. And there's the energy, maybe some of you feel like your family doesn't let you do what you want to do yourself, or they punish or ostracize you for that, or especially with your body. So for example, maybe especially like, okay, they're giving me like those of you who are mixed race, right? So let's say if you have that side of your family that doesn't want you to rock your afro hair, and so that when you do, they're treating you a certain kind of way. So some of you have had experiences like this where you feel like I can only behave this way, I can only act this way. All right, some of you, there's significance with the letter A for your name or their name, something with A. There could be a double A in somebody's name. We also have Gigi, or we have GGG. So there can be G's. I'm also seeing S's, SSS. So those could be significant letters. Yeah, a lot of S's for names, okay? Maybe you're thinking about renaming yourself for this family. You guys might be changing your name. Yeah, for sure. Some of you have decided. I think that this ancestor is very understanding if you've had to remove yourself from family dynamics because they didn't understand, again, how you thought, how you related, how you loved, how you interact with people in some capacity. And there's an unhealthy dynamic here. I don't see them trying to force you to move forward. They're like, we're here, we love you. No, they're like, we love you all, we want to guide you all, but we're not saying you have to go back to like the dumpster fire of these situations, and deal with this person. Now, maybe it's just a particular issue with a certain cousin where you're like, I can't deal with them on that because I'm just gonna, they don't want to change, they don't want to grow, so I just got to let that alone. It could be in general, again, if there's a certain side of the family you don't speak to, something of that nature, they get you, okay? All right, let's see. All right, they don't want you to be, we got Judgment card again. They don't want you to be worried about tricksters. Positive tricksters. Have fun with it. Stop worrying about it. If anything, they're saying be the trickster. Be the trickster in the situation. Tricksters cause mischief, but they have a point and they have their own point of view. This ancestor would rather you have a point of view and like run with it, even if things get rocky, because they're like, you know what, like the charade's gonna be revealed either way. You might as well be that outlier. You might as well be the X factor, the game changer, the it factor in the situation, and go through your open doorways and like get something jumping off here, because it's like all of your spiritual energy, it's not blocked, but it's like it's sounding off and you guys aren't hearing it. Again, we have a trumpet, okay? And you guys have all of this that's ready to be created. Let's start somewhere. Let's go. Let's go. You might feel that heavy on your head. Ideas, creative energy, psychic energy, open doorways, the portal. They've said it so many times so beautifully here. So they want you to stay engaged with that. They want you to stay moving towards that. And if that means that in someone else's story, because you want to embrace living life, regardless of whatever mental identifiers they put on you, regardless of whatever, like let's say LGBT identifiers, or whatever it is that people disapprove of, to them you're the trickster, they try to demonize you, whatever it is. This ancestor is like, away with that, or fine, good, I'll be the trickster, right? I'll be the Loki to your story, I guess, if that's how you intend to write me. But I'm gonna subscribe to something else and write my own story. Or maybe I'll just run with that and have some playfulness and play some tricks of my own. With my good judgment, that's right for me. So they say yes, it's okay to hide away. Yes, the spirit also does their own thing. So sometimes you might tap into this ancestor and they're not there just answering every phone call. They're not clingy, okay? Some of the other groups, the ancestors like, yeah, I'm right there, poke poke. This ancestor's like, look, I love you so much, but sometimes I'm gonna be gone. They will leave you feathers, for sure. They will leave you feathers, but you're always gonna be surrounded by loved ones in some capacity. And when you really need them to light the way, they will come through, okay? There's much, much love from them. I'm seeing number 23 here as well. I'm also seeing 00. That can be significant for you. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Thank you so much to all these ancestors and the and I would say their stories. I feel like it's like they're telling their stories as well. And their stories they're here telling, the lives that they're sharing, their guidance from the other side, their information and insight they're given. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And I'll talk to you again on another one. Bye.